Welcome back to Nick Lenz Comic Corner Classic / Non-Classic. This is episode number 3119 and Doubleshot number 3013. First up we have is the final trade, the collect issues from Spider-Woman. I believe this is volume number 8, I think it is. Written by Stevie Fox. This book collects issues 6 to 10 of this book. Yeah, I'll talk more basically about the end of this book. So, basically, yes, Ago Guerrero does the artwork here. You have Lynn Francis Yu and Rachel Rosenberg. Lynn Francis Yu is the main artist for all the covers. He co-does it with Rachel Rosenberg for issues 6, 9, and 10. 7 is Sunny Gao. Starlight, Starbright, First Star I Punch Tonight. Where, yeah, we have Star, a Kelly Thompson character pop in this book, and she's here looking for Spider-Woman. And Spider-Woman was on the run. Of course, she already technically found her son. She's basically just continuing like her seeing kids. Of course, she's on the run because apparently she was a orphan because they don't like the fact she was. And do they have fighting? Yes, they do. Yep, they fight on top of a frickin' train, which nearly caused it to derail. Actually, a Star's fault did that. Of course, you have Jessica riding a motorcycle on top of the damn thing, saving a child, which is so nice. And then we have this group called Assembly. They tease him in this book. Oh yeah, and also she goes to San Francisco because she can't be in New York now. Yep, that's what she does for the next few issues. The last few issues of this book, she's in San Francisco. Which makes her probably the first superhero to be active in San Francisco since Daredevil. Yeah, first solo superhero since Daredevil been active for San Francisco. But the last book that I could think of that was set in San Francisco at the time it was definitely Daredevil. Because by the time Daredevil was set in San Francisco, the X-Men already went back to what they were doing before. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yes, because Mark Waid read this book at one point. Yeah, so basically we have some protesting. Of course, Jessica basically was like, the threat to lay off. Yeah, show provocation. Use the baton up your true. I don't know the voice. And there's gas. And yeah. And it's up with this company. Of course, you have Jessica basically on her own. And finds Zaz, an old Hulk villain. Does Hulk pop up here? Well, kind of. We have a bunch of rip-off characters. We have a rip-off of Hulk, Captain Marvel, looks like a male Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, and some girl with purple hair. Yes, this knockoff team. Yeah, and they're the ones fighting it. And, well, they reveal in the final issue who the heck this Hulk is. And it's something. Yeah, of course, the whole thing with Madam Web. Of course, there's also thing with Sandstorm. And, well, they do find out these kids just basically swearing about some business. And then we have Anger the Screamer. And remember this guy? Yeah, he once briefly dated Songbird. He's also put on a few pounds since he was last seen. And then Assembly shows up to fight him. Of course, doesn't knock it off like... Oh yeah, but her name is Liberty. And... well, apparently, yeah, she was experimented on by somebody. And it turns out that, well, this Hulk is the Gremlin. Well, probably the second one. Yeah, it's not the original. Yep. And, yeah, there's a thing with him. And, of course, Liberty shows up at her doorstep. And apparently she was experimented on by Hydra. They, of course, work together to go to Alcatraz Island, which this place has been, of course, still abandoned. Actually, I'm trying to think. It wasn't Daredevil last person that said it here. I think it was Prowler. Yeah, Prowler was based here. Yep, Prowler was here during his very brief ongoing series from like 2016. A book that got quickly canceled. Like, it wasn't a terrible book. It just that it had to be tied into Cullen conspiracy. And so we have these prisoners being kept in this way. It's not an official prison. It was shut back in the 60s. Why the heck are they here? Don't know. The assembly shows up here, and of course there's a prison break. And yeah, so different for that one. Yeah. This man who turned your baby into a Hydra assassin. Yep, the Gremlin is responsible for turning Gary Jew into a Hydra assassin. It's like, what did you do to my son? The same thing I do to so many children. I realize the potential on behalf of my employers at Hydra. Rage. I have ample since my last armor failed me. Yep, and yeah, because of the fact that he's Hydra, they all become good guys and fight him. Well, maybe you see Madam Hydra here. Yeah. And of course, fighting our villains. Yeah, he's one responsible. And of course, well, they all leave, and then Gremlin's not seen again. It's like, yeah. And of course, gives these kids advice. And of course, they go off. Yeah, and that's the book. So you like reading this, you're like, what was the point of having this book? Like, okay, so we had this really interesting story, and then reveal, oh, we have the Gremlin responsible. It couldn't just fix what happened to him. Nope. Let's just end on that weird cliffhanger. It's almost like the way this is done here. It's almost like there was supposed to be more here. But no, there wasn't. I don't know why. It just that there wasn't. By the way, this is issue 126. The character David Asha is the original character. No, he actually is a character from the original volume for the book. Yeah, and also his wife that he mentioned, he actually divorced. Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, like, he was a recurring character in her book back in the 70s. After the book ended, she popped up in KX 206. Wasn't seen again for years until this book came out. And these are Harane, Liberty, Cadet Marvel, Titan, and so Titan is the Gremlin. He got killed off this issue, yeah. He's the son of the original Gremlin from Incredible Hulk #1, who's still alive. Yeah. As for the rest of the characters, well, here's the weird thing with these guys. There's a mention about new champions. Yep, it was referenced in this book. You should become new champions. So yeah, all these members, Hellrain, Liberty, Cadet Marvel, Moon Square, yeah, they become new champions. They basically become they form the team of champions. They just stay together. Oh, the one that looks like Moon Knight, his name is Moon Square. It's like, yeah, let's just basically create these characters just to do a spin-off book. It's almost like they claim these like forgotten superheroes, per se. Not really. Yeah. This they also brought back Echidna Capital Management Group from the first volume of Secret Warriors as the main villain of these last two issues. And you get to the end of this book, you're like, what was the point of having this book exist beyond the initial 5 issues from Gang War? I mean, the 5th issue was really good, and then like, yeah, let's go to San Francisco for the second half of the book for no reason. One thing I at least appreciate about this book, at least they had a consistent cover artist. Yes, throughout the entire 10-issue run, you had Lenz who's a fantastic artist. I kind of wish he did the interiors. Because he didn't do the interiors in these last 2 issues. Oh no. Issue 6 about Ig Guerrera. 7 is basically, this is the person who does the remaining issues. Not bad artists per se. I kind of wish this person did the interior because I love Lenz Hughes' artwork. Probably the best book that he did, his artwork, he did so well with this book, was, I kid you not, Secret Invasion. There's also like books like John Hickman's X-Men. The guy, I miss his interiors. Oh, he's working on Helverine Volume 2. I think he does. He do the interiors, or do the covers. Yeah, I think he does variant covers for that one. But as for interiors, he's a Filipino artist. First artwork he did, Wolverine Volume 213, which is the Larry Hama issue. He did pretty much a lot of X-Men Volume 2, a lot of Ultimate stuff. He was New Avengers cover artist for interiors for a long time. Secret Invasion, obviously. Lots of Ultimate books. He does work with Hulk. He was artist for Jonathan Hickman's Avengers book. He did A+ Avengers X-Men Access. Civil War Volume 2. He did the cover and the interior, which that's good. He did some issues of Star Wars. Issue of Secret Empire. I think that works better than me already here. He was the interior artist for Captain America, the Ty Nakotis run. Yeah. He did the first 6 issues. They did some issues of Hickman's run for X-Men. Last book he ever did, the interior for, was X-Men that came out almost a year ago, which was the final issue of X-Men Volume 6. Yeah. But that's pretty much basically Spider-Man. Yeah, and I was surprised when this book came back just last year. And then, like, I thought it was going to be a mini-series. Like, there's a few issues, Time the Gang War. I didn't continue afterwards, which I thought was really cool. Like, oh, we're going to do more stories here. Except the book got canceled. My guess is low sales. I highly doubt it was due to lack of interest. Because I'm sure people still miss the Spider-Man book. But it's like, yeah, it's like a cool premise to start with, and then we just don't finish it. Oh, the answer to the obvious question: is Jessica Drew still active in comics? Is she appearing in anybody's books? Surprisingly, in this book, Carol Danvers did not appear in the remaining issues. She did appear early on in the opening issues, but not in the main of this book. Carol doesn't have a book now. Nope, her got axed after only 10 issues. Where is she currently? Well, after this book ended, of course, she also appeared in Spider Society. Currently, you can find her over in West Coast Avengers. Yep. That's where you can find her. I'm like, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I think she... I believe she's featured in the most recent issue. But yeah, that's where you can find her nowadays. In this book. That's kind of what she did after this book ended. It's like, yeah, let's end this book just so she can appear in West Coast Avengers. Which was released just a few months later. Now, do I think that her book was ended so she could appear in West Coast Avengers? I hope that's not the case, because that is what was the rumored reason. That was the reason I was told why Green Arrow ended, because that ended because Bendis wanted him in Justice League, even though that he's been with Justice League for years, and he's generally had an ongoing title while the book is being published, and then once book ended, and then finally got a book again. Yeah, let's look at a different book here. The next book, we have Weapon X-Men. Thinking, oh, another Kokoya book. Yeah, one of only 4 left. Thinking, really? 4 left? Yeah, not much. Aside from this, you have Dead X-Men, X-Men Forever, and Bishop War College. The other one they have on here that I can do is probably going to be Dead X-Men. Excuse me. And a little fun fact, out of all these books, this was later launched as an ongoing series. Except it got axed at the 5 issues. Go figure. This book collects Original X-Men #1, along with the 4 issues of Weapon X-Men. Everything in this book is written by Christos Gage. Greg Land does the artwork for Original X-Men. Weapon X-Men is done by Yandere Kanor. The cover artwork for Weapon X-Men for Original X-Men is done by Ryan Stegman, J.B. Meyer, and Brant Anderson. Weapon X-Men is done by Drake Roan and Nadra Menon. So Original X-Men, it is mostly put the X-Men in their 60s attire, where they're basically like fighting like various foes, and they're like them getting glimpses of the future, and them kind of seeing the future. It's them basically interacting with the future self. That's kind of what this book is. It doesn't necessarily interfere with anything per se. It just the original X-Men just interacting with the 70s and 80s of the X-Men. That's kind of the book is. But the book is really good. Heck, we have one part here. We have Beast meeting Beast. I believe this is the Beast in the 70s. Got a bit of time travel here. There's an appearance by frickin' Onslaught. For reasons. Yep. And by the end, basically, we have, we're going to form our own Weapon X-Men. And then we have appearance here by a character who should be, like, the last time I saw this guy prior to this one check was actually just prior to the Extermination crossover. Weapon X from Age of Apocalypse. Yes, Logan. Who actually, I think the reason why they brought this guy back because he appeared in Deadpool Wolverine. And they're basically flashing back to the Age of Apocalypse. Now, either this is before the Extermination because last this Earth was seen, it got sealed. And it's the right correct Earth. It got sealed by their Nightcrawler in order to cut off from the multiverse. As for how the heck it's still around, it's a complete mystery. So he's here with 4 alternate Wolverines. We have an old man Logan. We have a female Wolverine who's Jane Howlett of Earth 1281, circa 1908. We have a fat Wolverine who basically gives him a factor in order to stay with Jean Grey. And a zombie Wolverine wearing the John Byrne costume. So yeah, it's them basically dealing with threats of the original X-Men book, and them going out with the multiverse. And seeing like alternate timelines. You see look like a version of the Avengers, at least a team comprised of looks like Captain America, Darkstar, Magneto, Jean Grey, Spider-Man, and I don't remember who that is. Then you have basically fighting the stuff here. Then you have, Logan seeing Jean Grey. Oh, we let him down. Drop him, I said. Jean Grey or mine. We're the same level. Yeah. Yep, Magneto. Here he goes. Yep. So yeah, misunderstanding. So, and then you have the 3 Wolverines sitting on the couch. This is so funny. You have the full Weapon Omega. They'll mention here the Weapon Omega stuff. And they're here at their base of at the Avengers base operations, which is an XA, known as the Candy Avengers Tower. So, and then we have various so the Spider-Man looks like it's Miles, even though he's wearing like a variant of the Venom black suit with Red Spider. And of course, you have this Jean Grey kissing the Age Apocalypse Wolverine. Yeah. We have stuff here with Toad's Bar and a lot of crazy stuff, of course, fighting Onslaught. Those would be curious. What does this have anything to do with the Krakoa era X-Men? The answer is absolutely frickin' nothing. That's the odd thing. This is part of that particular thing, but it's kind of like, well, so the Candy Avengers. Okay, so the girl is Transonic. I think she's a character who exists in. Yeah, she does exist in the Prime Universe. I don't think she does much at all. No, she first appeared on Candy X-Men 526. She was part of the Lights. Yeah, she hasn't done much. She's not dead. Yeah. What is she doing now? Absolutely nothing. The only reason I included this one because it was published during the Krakoa era. So we basically have this Alta version of Onslaught. And this created by Jean Grey and Magneto. And he's literally the main villain of like this whole book. It's like original X-Men set up this very mini-series. Now, Jane Heller itself technically first appeared in Women of Marvel #1. It's just a field version Wolverine. Yeah. Oh, what about the Omen Logan? Is he from the original Omen Logan comic book? Yes, he is. Yes. This is actually the legit guy. Which, that is interesting. Because, who would have thought Marvel would make this guy? Because last time he appeared was Wastelanders Wolverine. That was last time he appeared. That was like 3 years prior to this one. Yeah, and of course you have stuff with Cable and Magic and Warlock. Yeah, so this Weapon X-Men is just a multiverse Weapon X-Men. I mean, they're brought together just to kill this Onslaught. Just to stop him. Yeah. And they free from the Phoenix Force by the end of the miniseries. They disband by the last issue. It's a pretty good miniseries, what it is. Heck, there's even mention here about the Cancerverse. You know, thank you for his appeared in Realm of Kings. Which, yeah, for probably the first time that's been brought up since Infinity Countdown. Pretty alright miniseries, but I like the whole Wolverine aspect here. Now, this is the same guy who was once Weapon Omega. Yeah. As for how the heck he's here, no idea. It's kind of weird how he's here, because the last time we've seen part of this, with the exception of an Infinite comic, was an Astonishing X-Men #61. You probably think, did he die in that book? It was a flashback. I think, well, last time we saw him was in Age Apocalypse 13, where he was killing off He was killing off his former horsemen. Of course, that book kind of in a way kicked off the whole Age of Apocalypse, the whole thing exterminated. And that was back in 2013. When he appeared at the end of original X-Men one-shot, that was his first appearance in 10 years. Now, where did the other ones first pop up? Zombie Wolverine, I think, yeah, he's from the Zombie universe, the original one. So the chubby one is from Earth X. Yep, I have not reviewed Earth X yet, but it's a cool thing. So this was first appearance since Paradise X. Of course, the only way it's related is that they kind of pop up in Rise of Power X number 5. As for now, you're probably thinking, who's leading this team? An also version of Phoenix. Yep, she's leading the team. And she only exists in this mini-series in the one shot. Yeah, I like the whole idea, the fact of interacting like alternate version of the X-Men. Yeah, I thought it was really cool of this alternate timeline X-Men. Yeah, I like the whole concept of this. But probably the coolest aspect of the one-shot is the return of Weapon Omega. Well, back to his name, Weapon X. Yeah, I'm sure anybody reading this is like, wait, what the heck is Age of Apocalypse Wolverine doing here? Simply, he's here to sub up basically a quick mini-series. But it's pretty good. Nothing really wrong with it per se. But probably the fun aspect is the whole Ultimate Wolverines thing. But look up, there is another volume for Weapon X Men. Yes. Well, this was a limited series. The other one is an ongoing that got canceled. Yep, they axed the book after they're going to axe the book after 5 issues. Why? I have no idea why. Also, the cover of the first issue is, in fact, the first non-Fantastic Four, probably the first book aside from Immortal X-Men, Alex Ross is the cover for. Thinking, really? Yeah, really. Because all he's working, the only thing he's working right now is Immortal 4. Yeah, that's like the only book he's working on right now. Because he was working on Doctor Strange Fantastic Four, now he just reduced down to like one comic. Oh, yeah, he did do the cover of Avengers Twilight. Yeah, he did that. Should probably do that soon. Yep. But not much to say about this book. It's pretty good. So, that's pretty much a particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. So, I'm going to rest my voices a bit, and I'm going to do one more comic corner tonight, and that's going to be quite interesting next one, okay? So,